heading on down to our college project right now. In order to complete the next phase of demolition at our college project, we have to install some temporary shoring. The building is, older, and during the demolition is causing a lot of vibration, and we saw that was causing some damage on the upper floor. So what we have to do now is install some temporary shoring on the main floor and the basement in order to mitigate that concern. So our carpenters are on site installing the shoring, and now with that being done, we're gonna have manpower back next week and get the work done. So this is where the shoring walls are gonna be on this floor. So what we recognized when we were jackhammering the floor, you can see right there, taking out the floor systems. So we're taking this level of concrete that was used back in the day to level off the floors, because this size, like this is one address, this is another address. And so they use the concrete here to level off the floor systems. And so what we have to do is essentially we have to get rid of it. But in doing so, we're jackhammering it all out. And in doing that, what we realized was that we're destabilizing some of the brick on the second floor. So bringing the engineers in, we realized that we're gonna install some shoring walls here, better safe than sorry. And so we're installing them here. We've got manpower back in to remove some of the strapping that was on the underside of these joists so that we can have proper contact of the top plate for the shoring wall. So we'll have one here, and then we'll have two underneath us, and then on the floor above we'll actually have some more bracing, and then we're mirroring that on this side as well, because you can see above us it's really kind of scary that you look at this and you see that somebody thought this was a good idea. They cut back all of these joists and sistered in new stuff, and it really is super questionable. Even over here, you can see that at one point they decided to just cut a hole right through the steel I-beam to allow for the plumbing. Really questionable work. And what's insane about that is above this, there's 2 stories of 9-inch thick masonry resting on this transfer beam. So, you kind of shake your head, but ultimately, like working with a construction management company like us and the team that we have on our engineering side, taking all these considerations into account when we're doing this work is ultimately very crucial. From the roof, the parapet on the 3rd story drops all of the double thick brick all the way down to on top of the I-beam. Yes. And takes all of this down, which deloads the wall here that you will then remove. Yes. So that the floor system on this side and the floor system on that side is being supported, so we can remove the old masonry wall in between. So once again, down here, this is the west basement of the project. We're installing shoring walls, the length of the building, all the way this way, all the way this way, no more than 4 feet from the exterior walls. The idea here is, once again, same thing, supporting this floor system so that we can allow for the continued demolition of the floor system above. This is going to be the location of where we're eventually going to have an elevator shaft, just about here. It's going to be the elevator shaft. Just forward of that is going to be the stair shaft. So eventually what we're going to be doing, and this is kind of incredible in the work that we're doing here, is that we're going to be digging down another 8 feet below this slab for the deepest footing. That's going to be footing 4 first, and then we're going to be building the elevator shaft foundation on top of that. Flanking that, we're going to have a slab footing or a mat footing for the elevator shaft over here, or sorry, stair shaft over here. And then this will be opening up, so we'll be connecting the 2 basement, removing this rubble wall foundation, and starting this work here. We're not really quite sure what's going to be happening with this wall over here. It's in question still because it's soaking wet, and we're trying to disseminate exactly why that's occurring. I think it's a matter of the other side of this wall, there was never a weeping tile installed, and I think that's really led to the concern. Breaking that down, as you can see, is apparent here, where the water's trapped. Right here, we've exposed the footing, but now it's a puddle. And a really interesting circumstance, because we have water collecting here because I believe the soil is impermeable. It's not letting it get underneath there, but within we have a test pit right here where there's absolutely no water whatsoever. So it's an interesting juxtaposition of circumstance. Soil engineer, we're bringing a geotech company in to give us their opinion on this, sort this out, working with the structural engineer, and we'll get this sorted out in no time.